Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. I got in here today with 7,000, just under 7,000 DEC. I rented my team. I'm going to be shooting for silver this season. This is a brand new season. If you've been with me for a week, a month, or longer, if you're one of the few that have been here for longer than that, you're going to know that I have a deck that I specifically rent to see how high we can climb with just rentals. That's this account, DE Cunningham. We had 7,000 DEC roughly after the last season, and we took about 3,300 of it and we put it into rentals. We rented a deck that's going to stay with us for the entire season, assuming the renter doesn't request them back. But this is my summoner squad. I got Mimosa Nightshade at level 1. I got Kretch Televar at level 4. I got Quid Yuff at 5. I got Delwyn Dragonscale at level 4. This card, it's a shame. I'm paying 35 DEC for this. I just saw in the marketplace I can rent a maxed out level 10 for 50. So that would have been tempting if I was here earlier. So there's always deals in here, guys. Get in here and find your team. You're going to find deals as long as you follow the techniques we're about to do. Let's make it as quick as we can. Let's go under 10 minutes. And here's what I did to find my team. First things first, understand where you want, set a goal. Understand what level you want to reach. If you intend to be rocking in bronze, then you're going to need summoners that are roughly these levels. And understand this and know it. Common level 3, rare 2, epic 2, legendary 1. Silver 5, 4, 3, 2. Gold 8, 6, 5, 3. If you understand that, then when you go into the marketplace, you can search under summoners, start with common. The only common one, I guess, is Delwyn. And so you can see, depending on what level you're planning on fighting at, you can come in here and you can price it. So you want a level 3 common summoner. Level 3 is for my bronze buddies is going to be down here, and they cost you 25 or 24 dark energy crystals per day. For level 5 for my silver friends, we are going to cost something like 45. That seems like it's a deal. But for gold and higher, or even for people who don't really know how high they're going to reach, look at this guy, 50 DEC for that one, and that's a max level 10. So that's just your Delwyn. That's the common. Oops. Let's come over here and we're going to look at rares. These are the rare summoners available. Much more, deeper supply here. And we're not going to look through all these because the technique is the exact same. But you want to choose. I'd say you want two splinters and probably a dragon summoner. Why? Because 2 splinters is going to give you a little bit of diversity, a little bit of options, a depth in your deck that's going to allow you to be more resilient and win more games. If you could do 3, great. 4, even better. But if we're doing just a rental and we're trying to make this profitable, I'd say the best approach is keeping it simple. Two decks with a dragon summoner to make it to play off of and twist and improvise on those 2 main splinters. Okay, so you can come into any of them. Obviously, Mylor is an amazing low-level summoner, one of the best for the bronze buddies, maybe even silver. As you start to get higher, you're going to want to play like an Alric, but he's so expensive. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the Quid Yuff out there because the pierce damage is actually quite effective, especially in gold level when your guys start hitting hard. Drake is an underrated summoner because he's got that armor and he'll buff all of the guys, giving you that one more hit. Who else? I like the summoners that give you a buff, like this guy gives you a positive benefit. There are summoners in here that give their enemies negative benefits, like Zintar. He nerfs the attack damage, melee attack damage of your enemy. I do not prefer these summoners. These are less valuable to me. I want a summoner that helps my team so I can build around my plan. If you have Zintar and you come up against me and I see you use Zintar, I can change my build to throw archery at you. Or if you use Contessa, I can change my build and throw melee at you. So that's something that's food for thought. But when it comes down to choosing summoners, do not get distracted by what is the best. People keep asking me, what's the best card? What's the best summoner? What's the best splinter? Stop thinking about it that way. Start thinking about it like, I want to build depth into my deck by creating more options. How do you do that? Find discounts, find deals, choose two monsters, try and find two monsters that are the price of that one card. So, like, here's an example: Alric, Stormbringer. Let's pretend we're trying to find a level, like a 4 or a 5. So level 4, 150, or level 5 is going to cost me 150. Level 4 is going to cost me 200. So let's call that a deal. At 150, you can get this summoner, and that's pretty reasonable for this summoner. But for that cost, I could get two other summoners. How do I know? Because I did. So these are the ones I rented. Level 4, this guy's costing me 35 DEC a day. This legendary cost me 25 DEC a day. This dragon, 10 DEC a day. This one, 7 DEC a day. Do you see my point? I have 4 different summoners that are cheaper than that one Alric. So this is my approach to having a stronger deck than you. You might come in and rent the meta players like the Alric Stormcloak and all the magic monsters that blue can offer. And that'll probably be an effective deck, but it's going to be an expensive deck. I spent 20 or 30, I think roughly 3,000 DEC on this deck because one of my commenters asked me to. Said, can you show me how to build a deck for $3,000? This is what I did. I went through and I looked at every one of these, and it took me an hour. We're not going to take that time right now, but it took me an hour, and I found I didn't look for the summoners I love. I didn't look for the summoners everyone recommends. I looked for the summoners that were cheapest, and some of them are lower than I want them to be. That might be a problem when I try and get into high silver. If so, we can amend the deck. We can cancel some rentals, a week into this, and then reallocate that money. But for these 2 weeks, I have a good deck, and here's my monsters. So we're obviously going red, black, and we have a dragon summoners to give some options. As you can see with the red, I'm rocking the Serpent of Flame for one of my tanks, and he's a very strong card at the level 4 that I have. And as an alternative, I have the Living Lava Gold, just level 2, but it's very inexpensive. How many Dark Energy Crystals? 6 Dark Energy Crystals a day for that. So I focused on finding inexpensive cards. I splurged a little bit on this one. It's 30 DEC for a level, what level is that? 3. So my level 3 is going to have the Blast. It's important to find those levels of those cards that you want that are going to give you the ability that you feel you need. I felt if I was going to buy the Demon, I needed to have the Blast. So I made sure I got a level 3. It's a little bit more than some of my other cards, but it's a powerful card. I found a good deal on the Kobold, 6 DEC. These deals are out there. I keep hearing from everybody, there are no deals. How do I find deals? They're all rented. It's so expensive. I spent an hour and I got 2 splinters that are going to be pretty competitive at the lower levels and maybe, low silver. With black, here's my 2 tanks. Actually, I have 3 tanks. I like this Nightmare. Super cheap, by the way. 5 DEC a day for level 4. So get in here, choose your summoners, look for deals first. Second, focus on who your tank is. Third, find supporting monsters that are going to give you some interesting alternatives when you combo them with your dragon summoners. So I've got the magic happening. Well, they're going to, I've got some magic on my black team. Well, they're going to work really well with this Delwyn. There we go. That's how we build a team that's going to succeed in bronze, silver, or gold. It starts with knowing what your goal is. Then it starts with understanding the caps on the summoner level. Then you get into the peak monsters, knowing what your goal is and having a budget in mind, renting frugally 2 splinters or 3, and definitely taking a dragon summoner also, because you need to have that diversity, that variety that a dragon can offer, and then just maybe after a week you're going to come in here and you're going to cancel some of these rentals, and you can reallocate those funds. But I think that's how we're all going to have success this season, by renting to win. We're going to go 2 splinters and maybe 3. We're going to go on a budget. I spent 3,000 DEC, and I think we're going to finish in the high silver. So let's find out if I'm right, and I hope that's helpful to you guys. We'll do more content on this one. You'll see how we climb, or for that matter, how we fail. And we aren't going to do any battles right now because we want to keep this one short. That's how you're going to build a team between bronze to gold that's going to have success. Thanks for your time and attention. Have an amazing night. God bless.